Oshawa's Calvin Groff with the early lead. Back-to-back strikes gives him the first 2 frames and $600 against Saskatoon's Murdoch Lyttle.
181 average. That's pretty good money. 2,050. He's got the opportunity here to win 3,000 plus the 1,500.
You know, we talked about the consistency of Calvin coming into this semifinal, and against Bob Woolley, he only had the 1 open, and he was punished for it. Gave up 200. But he has been terrific.
Yes, he has, and he was pretty terrific here, except for one thing. The 9-pin remained standing up. Nevertheless, it was an excellent shot, well executed. If he bowls like that, it's going to be tough to beat.
Takes up the spare here in 3, but Murdoch Lyttle has a chance now to win some money if he can strike. Lyttle has won $2,500, pardon me, in getting to this point.
In getting there, Rick, he was playing a little bit of mind games with himself. You remember, he was always getting a strike on this lane, but on the left lane, he was resetting, re-racking, and thinking quite as clearly as you might want to. And you've got to forget everything else, go for it. Now, he's going to rifle this thing down. Hopefully he'll pick it up. The 10-pin doesn't even get touched. Stays right up there. Watch the reaction here. See the 6-pin went to the side, lay in the channel.
Now looking to get the 10, and he does. The spare means we'll carry over. We'll play for $600 in the 4th.
He really takes advantage of his height. He's quite tall. He stands there and rifles the ball all the way down, reaches out. Nice. Covers the 10-pin.
He's 6'1".
See how far over, and the angle he plays lines his feet up. Steps right into it. Swings into it. Powers it. Leaves it
again, right around that 10-pin.
You can be so close and just a fraction of an inch, and he's done that twice now. 2 good 10-pin hits. He's converted to 1. Let's hope that he can convert this one.
No.
Well, he's shaking his head. 2 opens, 2 spares, as against this young man here, Calvin, who's got a double and a spare. A perfect opportunity to get a real good stranglehold on this match.
You betcha. Strike spare will be worth $600. And now he needs that at 5.
And he has to be careful on this because he can't afford to miss it. There's a little bit of an edge on it. Certainly he's got the pin count. He's got 68 up in the 3rd. But he needs to make the spare rather than give a gift back. It's so quiet in here, you could hear a pin drop.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it?
Well, he's hoping he can make this pin drop for the 2 frames. Is he going to get it? He won't. Can you imagine that? And so what a break that is for Murdoch Lyttle, because the open frame means we're going to carry over again. And so when we play in the 5th now, it'll be worth $900.
That's amazing. You know, to see both of them up there, you wonder where the killer instinct is. Now, it's easy to sit up here, and we don't want to be too critical on him, but we've seen it happen so often where it's been give and take. Now, here's this man up here, Calvin, sitting with 77 in the 4th. A little bit wild on that shot. Murdoch Lyttle has got 2 opens, 2 spares, and yet he's still in the game.
And the irony of it is, should he be able to win this frame, he would actually take the lead. $900 is at stake here in the 5th.
And Calvin has not been too good on his spare shots.
like that. So back-to-back opens now for Calvin Groff after he opened with strike, strike, spare.
This is a shot where he's trying to protect everything, and instead of going and playing the angle, he should have moved to the right a little bit more, give himself a little bit more of an edge, and that hasn't been happening. And I think he was playing mind games with himself when he missed that single pin prior to that. Now he can get a mark, just simply a spare or a strike, anything but a split, and this man can get a whole bunch of pins.
And now leaves him the 10. He needs that 10
for
the 3 frames, $900. Now will he go back to this straight ball again? You bet.
He's going to it. He picked the 10 pin up on this lane before, and right now he's going to be reaching, but this thing could go in the channel.
Look at that. Can you believe that?
This is just well, it's ridiculous, to be quite honest. Both these men are handing this back and forth. They got to get their head into it. He's talking to himself. He better think about it just a little bit. No reason in the world that both men with that talent, 2 9 counts, and both of them miss it.
So now what we've got at stake here is the game. Because for Calvin Groff with $1,200 on the line, it would put him over the top, give him the championship and the bonus. But now it'll be up to Groff to match the strike just thrown by Lyttle on a lane where he has never been very comfortable.
Right, now watch this. Now this is an amazing thing. He gets 1 strike here. He's had 4 opens, or 3 opens, and 2 spares and a strike, and yet he could, by virtue, if this man does not get a strike, now let's see, I guarantee you this Groff should be running this one out. Not going to be his day.
So that the money goes to Lyttle. It's $1,200, but it doesn't put him over. No, because Groff, remember, still has $600, so he's not out of it.
Well, he just has to match it up all the way through. The money is important. Bragging rights are even better. But the fact that both of them have opened at the critical times that they have is just amazing. Now he's got his conversion. And he's a happy player. It's just amazing to watch people with this talent get up here. They worked hard. They're young people. They're going to learn a lot. And certainly watching these games teach them a lot. They'll see the errors. I'm sure there's the score, 86 in the 5th versus 65. But 4 frames for Murdoch with 1 strike.
Well, what a strike it was. And as we say, it came on a lane where he has not done very well. So add to that irony. And missing the head pin altogether.
Well, it's been an interesting series all the way through. The most consistent bowler was a young lady Willis that won the championship.
Yeah. Jennifer Willis, who won the women's championship, the left-hander, and ironically, the most consistent of the bowlers, Bob Woolley, 1 open frame in the 10th, and he lost, of course, to Calvin Groff. Now, who knows? Maybe the nerves, the pressure of the moment, getting to both of these men, but the championship is still there for them. Groff with another open here.
Well, even worse than that, what Groff did there was by only picking up the 2 pins, leaving so many pins up there. He left 3 pins up. Now all his opponent, Murdoch, needs is an 8, 9, or strike or spare. He's got 4 ways to make it happen. This is the lane he likes. Well, he's already won the frame. Now, isn't that amazing? Here he is. He turns around, gets an 8 count, and he wins the frame. And I don't like his chances of making this spare.
And the $300 will move him to $1,500. Murdoch Lyttle from Saskatoon. And what it does is put him right on the verge of going over and becoming our champion.
Well, I like the way he did it now.
Yep.
Tough spare. I mean, he got a strike and a spare, a couple of 9 counts. Now this lane here, as you mentioned, is the one where he managed to get a perfectly good strike out here. Let's see if he can do it again. He's not out of the woods. He's in the driver's seat. See if he can remember what he did and keep the speed the same way.
Well, in his semifinal against Jamie Soulier from Moncton, remember he had 3 opens on this lane, did not have a strike, and now he gets back-to-back strikes on this lane. You tell me if that's kind of crazy.
Watch him as he comes to it. He puts all the effort into it. He lofted out a little bit further on that thing. You see it turning a little bit more. Gets over the Brooklyn side bank.
And now, talk about a turnaround. For Groff, he needs this carryover, or the championship belongs to Murdoch Lyttle. What's he got here? He's got the strike. Wow. All right, boys, let's put on a show here and carry us out.
Well, that's amazing because both of them have got Brooklyns. Both of them are right-handed bowlers. Both of them cross over. So neither one of them can say, well, you got lucky, because both of them, quite honestly, have got lucky. Look at the deal over here. There's the scoreboard. 108 in the 7th against 115. $1,500 for Murdoch. Murdoch simply has to match and beat whatever Groff does here.
And for Groff, Frank, if he can win the money and tie up the game in terms of dollars, he's got to bring his pin count up too. That's what will determine it if we're tied in money. Get everything? No.
A spare possibility. Mother looking on.
Chris.
Every shot he bowls, I can assure you she's bowling it with him. Her heart will be in her mouth watching. Nice to have the bowlers' families go out and support the players. All the youth bowlers get their parents and all the volunteers across the country and to their bowling proprietors. Thanks again. It's been a great opportunity to be on here and showcase some of our talented bowlers in Canada. Let's see if this talented bowler can win. And this is the lane
he likes. He likes. So for the championship, Murdoch Lyttle.
This is like pitching the perfect strike in baseball.
Do we have a champion? No, we don't. And now he needs that pin to force the carryover. And we know what he's done on these shots.
Watch this. He just tightens it up a little bit, clouds it in, gets the ball out there, boom, but
4 stays up. Has he got it? No!
He hasn't. And I cannot again emphasize how critical the misses have been on this thing. He just handed a gift back over.
So can you believe this?
Now he has to keep his head into this. The only way he can force the issue right now is to calm down and think about it and throw a double here. If he's ever thrown a double in his life, make it happen right now. Make his opponent think a little bit.
$300 separates the Murdoch Lyttle with the lead. Here he is, and he gets a strike. I mean, this on this lane.
Well, that was a clutch strike right there. Watch him running out a little bit. Watch what happens here. Now this ball here is important. If he gets a double, then Groff must match him. Whatever he does here, Groff must match him.
That is unbelievable that he could turn it around on this lane.
I don't know how you can be such a klutz in one of the frames and then come back and miss a single pin and then come back and throw a pressure shot like that. And it's tremendous when you can do that. And it's a tribute to the man's ability. Because now he's got himself back into the driver's seat and the way you want to be. You want to go out as a champion. This is the way to do it. Now he needs us to force the pin count. Strike will win it. Strike here will win it because you can't be beaten pin count.
Oh, he got it! Unbelievable. Congratulations to Murdoch Lyttle.
Well, that's remarkable because now he's got 163. His opponent can get 148 and strike out and tie the frame, but it's not going to be enough. What a finish. 3 strikes in a row for Murdoch Lyttle from Saskatchewan. This young man.
So the final frame will go to Murdoch Lyttle. He'll pick up $1,800 in the game. He had $2,500 coming in plus his $1,500. He'll take home $5,800.
And the trophy and the opportunity again to come back as Miss Willis does for next year's championship. Calvin Groff finished off with a spare there. Has an opportunity now to cap it up with a strike. 147. He's picked up some pretty good money at the same time. $500 plus.
Well, he's came in with $2,050. He's won $1,200 here, so $3,250 is what Calvin Groff will take home to Oshawa, Ontario as the runner-up in this year's Pins game. I tell you what, they made it interesting. At times it did look like neither did want to win it. But in the end, Murdoch Lyttle shook off all the problems on that left lane. And that left lane is what saved him. Murdoch Lyttle from Saskatoon is our men's 10-pin champion. $5,800 here at the M&M's Pins game.